Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's a beautiful Tuesday morning here in Austin, Texas. This is day 1273 of the 3+ Minutes of Planks Challenge, and as always, I am filled with gratitude. Thoughts on my mind this morning. Yesterday, I went on a 27-mile hike around Lake Georgetown, and it was a really good hike. I had a really great time. At about mile marker 1, so I'm thinking about 24 miles into the hike, I see a gentleman by the name of Alex, and he's just kind of sitting on the curb. I actually almost missed him as I was hiking by. And he was just looking over the lake. And when moments like that happen, I normally just ask, especially if I'm in this zone, I'll ask, if you don't mind me asking, what are you looking at? And he just kind of told me he was just taking it all in and he was processing it all. And that just led to us sitting down and having a conversation. And I asked him what was going on in some sense. And somehow the conversation went to the fact that he was getting divorced. And he told me that it was a result of infidelity on her part. He had found out about it 2 years prior. And he was talking about how he was feeling about it. I asked him, how were you feeling? And he said, oh, I'm actually really good about it. And then I asked, whose idea was the divorce? And he said it was his. And he said he got to this space where he didn't understand why he stayed as long as he did, and just realized that it was time to go. And he was working through about the feelings of it. I shared to him a lot about my divorce. I told him truthfully the infidelity was on my part and what it led to, and he told him it was probably one of the greatest things that ever happened to me, even though I never wanted a divorce. It gave me perspective. And we talked a bit more and got into some conversation about stoicism and things of the sort, and just processing, understanding where we were. And it was such an interesting and vulnerable moment. And one of the things he said to me was, it's interesting that we could have this conversation on the trail and sit down and talk to this. But he said, but maybe if we were in downtown Austin in business suits, I could never have this conversation. And I found that very interesting and telling in itself, because I said, here's the honest truth. I can have this conversation in any space. Because one of the biggest things that I've worked on is just being authentic to myself, trusting of myself, loving of myself, and being able to have these moments and not allowing money or validation or any other thing to define who I am. It was just a really, really cool conversation. And it ended up with him asking if we could just hug, which was really, really cool. We both ended up taking pictures. And one of the things that I thought was ironic is many of us exchanged numbers. There was absolutely no need to. We just had a moment, and I think we both go away from this moment having taken the bits and pieces of it that we were supposed to. I just thought it was an amazing conversation. Anyway, that's my thoughts for today. As always, be blessed today and every day. Thank you for listening. Peace.